Hey guys, Mark Kwok here. Today let's talk about my desk setup. It's something that I had a video about a long time ago, but I was in a different place, a different apartment. Now this is my desk setup. I think you've seen a little bit of it when I featured maybe my speakers and stuff, but yeah, let's go through it. So let's start off with the actual desk itself. This has not changed. It is from Artifox. These days, people are really into sit-stand desks. So this desk, as much as I love it, is not a sit-stand desk. It's just a regular sit desk. And so there is a chance that I replace this in the future, but it is a solid desk. And Artifox, you know, they make some good stuff. I mean, it's a little overpriced in my opinion, but this is just their standard desk that you can get. I would say that in general, Artifox desks are good. I will say that if I had any problems with it, it'd be one, that in the areas that my hands usually rest when I'm like using the computer often, like it starts to stain a little bit on the bottom. So I think this is gonna happen with any desk, to be honest, but I've just had this desk for many years, and so that's something to be aware of. And the second thing is just the fact that it's not a sit-stand desk, which I think is just kind of a commonplace thing at this point. And so, you know, sitting is the new smoking, they say, and I sit a lot, and especially at this desk, so that may be the only reason that it goes. Next to it is my computer where everything really gets powered. Now, this is a computer that I have had for multiple years at this point. It's a PC that is made by myself. I won't go through all the pieces in it because for those who don't care about this sort of stuff, it's probably really boring, but I will say that the highlights in it are that I have an NVIDIA GeForce 4090 in there, so the graphics card is fantastic. It's also a couple generations back as far as CPU goes. It has an AMD CPU, a 5950X. It was a top of its line at one point, but since then, the 7950X came out. They may even be past that at this point. And so it is a couple generations back, but it still runs so fast and is capable for any game or any task, including video editing that I do. So this is the build that I have. I probably won't be replacing many of the pieces for quite some time, but some of you may be curious as to what the actual case is. It's a very sleek and kind of smallish computer case by Fractal Design. I think it's called the Define 7 Compact, so it's a little bit smaller, and it came in that white colorway, which I just thought was so much cleaner because everyone's about that RGB and everything like that with computer cases, but you know, I'm not 18 anymore, so I try to have it as clean as possible, very sleek and minimal. All right, let's go back up to the actual desk itself. What does the computer plug into? This is the LG 38GN 950. It's a 38-inch widescreen. These days, like this monitor is several years old, but these days things are like OLED now, and it's kind of jumped to the next level. I'm still on an older monitor, but it does well, and I just love the fact that it's widescreen and that it's 38 inches. It just takes up an enormous amount of space, but you get so much real estate. This is both for gaming and productivity. Like when I work, I never work just on one like Chrome. Like it's like, there's like 4 things going on. There's a Spotify over there, there's a email here, and there's the calendar over there and all that sort of stuff. It's just, I've just gotten used to that. So going just to a regular 16:9 monitor, I just don't know if I can do that anymore. So for the monitor arm, I'm using a something from Human Scale. It's the M2.1. It's an adjustable monitor arm. What I like about it is that it's super strong. So this monitor is really, really heavy. And so you can adjust it so that it has the right tension, and you know, I've had no problems with it. There are cheaper adjustable monitor arms out there, but this design is usually like, I used to have a microphone arm that was also kind of a similar thing here, and they're just rock solid and they can hold a lot of weight. So I would recommend this, Human Scale. Next up, I'm just kind of doing it by what the computer connects into, but we also have the RME Babyface Pro FS. This is my audio interface. So for video calls, for gaming, for shooting anything on camera or whatever, you need a nice audio setup, and I really care about my audio. I'm like, you know, you guys may know this already, but I love headphones and microphones and all this sort of stuff. And so the computer needs to feed into an audio interface that then feeds into a microphone and speakers. And that to me is the RME Babyface. I've tried things from Rode. I've tried things from a bunch of different brands that all do audio interfaces quite well, M Audio. But the RME, like, it just has been my favorite. That's where, again, microphone and headphones. So let's start with the headphones. The headphones that are connected to it are the HD800S by Sennheiser. I made a video about this a long time ago. I've had these headphones for quite some time. I used to be super into headphones, and I found that these were my absolute favorite pair, and I've literally tried hundreds of headphones. They aren't cheap, they're very audiophile-like in nature. They also aren't maybe like as bass boomy as the average consumer probably likes it, but they are clean, they're the best headphones that you can get in my opinion. Separately, if I'm not listening to headphones, they'll go into my speakers, which is from Kef. I also made a video about this. This is the Kef LSX2. I'm a big Kef fanboy, turns out. I just love the design language, and they're a little big for a computer, but for like a computer desk, but not that big, and they provide incredible sound for the size. So it's a no-brainer for me that those would be my speakers. But the third part that gets connected to the RME Babyface as far as audio goes is a microphone. I used to have a Shure SM7B, the most popular microphone that everyone uses. I actually switched that over to an insane microphone called the Neumann U87. It is like kind of considered the top end microphone out there, but it's really stupid for someone like me who does not have a treated room and it's like just an enthusiast. Like I shouldn't have a $3,600 microphone because that's how expensive that was. Sold that, now I just have the RE20. This is also a pretty legendary microphone. It's kind of always a question mark as to whether you get the RE20 or you get the SM7B. One's from Shure, one's from Electro Voice. It does come with its own stand. That's one thing, if I had a con, the stand looks kind of badass and everything, but it is big. And so it takes up a lot of room. So if you're like, let's say gaming or something, you're looking straight into the monitor, it does like kind of stand there and it's like in your vision. So I'm not sure if I love that, but overall, the Electro Voice RE20 I still recommend. And then for the mic arm, I'm using the Yellowtech Mica, I'm not sure. It is one of the more expensive microphone arms out there. I've tried some of the cheaper ones out there, but unfortunately they have a lot of noise or they squeak or they're just not, they don't hold heavy microphones. This is one of the better ones out there. It's kind of like a standard in the industry. For peripherals, what am I using? So I have mouse and keyboard, obviously. All of them, the mouse, keyboard, and also mouse pad all come from Logitech G. I also made a video, it turns out I just make a lot of videos about these things because I love them. I made a video about both these peripherals. It's just kind of my choice just because they all are part of like one software thing, the Logitech G Hub. And just to connect the rest of the Logitech pieces, the last piece is the webcam, which is the Brio. I really wish they would come out with a better webcam because this has kind of been one of the best webcams for a long time. But it kind of still sucks. Anyway, they should come out with better webcams, but the Brio is mine. I do want to mention a couple other things that's kind of next to this that are not part of the desk, but very close. The first is the chair. I spent a lot of time trying to choose between chairs. I went through all the Herman Miller stuff, and I just couldn't get to one that I felt great on. It wasn't until I got the Steelcase Gesture, and not just the Gesture, but the Gesture also with the headrest. That's when it really clicked into place. And so that is my favorite desk chair, and it remains my desk chair for years at this point. Underneath it, I do have a footrest as well, so that you are in a nice ergonomic position, having your foot on there. I think I just got it from Amazon. All right, so as you can see in the back, I also have these acoustic panels, which are basically sound dampening panels you can put on the wall so that when you're speaking into a microphone, you don't have this echoing and so on and so forth. So these are from GIK. They're the 242 acoustic panel, and they come in like this gray fabric. I love them because they're pretty nondescript, but at the same time, they provide some texture to the wall. So they look kind of interesting, I guess, even though they're a little bit boring. But they also have that sound dampening. So if you're having a podcast or something like that, you need these sort of things. Otherwise, you have this echo and it kind of sucks. Yeah, so they're the GIK acoustics, the 242 panels. And then lastly, there's just one last thing, which is a lamp that I put to the side. It's really, I kind of overspent on it, and I probably think it's not worth it, but it's really cool. It's this lamp, a floor lamp by Dyson. I think it's called the Light Morph lamp, and it allows you to take the head and kind of move it around, and you can point the light up or down, or you can actually have it go into itself and then create this nice light bar that it creates this ambiance that's really nice. You change the hue of it from like a whiter to a yellower. But yeah, really cool lamp as well. It just gives me that extra light if I needed to quickly look at a document or something like that at my desk. Okay, that's a lot there, and I think, some of it is not new, so it should be review if you guys have been following me, but thank you so much for watching. Let me know if there's something that you think I must change. Let me know if there's something that has changed your game like crazy and that I could add to my setup. Cool, thank you so much. My name is Mark Kwok. I will see you guys on the next one.